everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and I'm going to show you an absolutely stellar recipe. It's kind of a snack and a treat and a dessert all in one. This is going to be Chardonnay peach caramel apples, perfect for the season of the fall. And I have some beautiful Granny Smith apples that I've washed and I'm just letting dry. I washed them with soap and water to make sure that there's no residues on. So these guys are going to dry, and in the meantime I'm going to get this caramel started. So I'm going to start this caramel, and I'm using a really fantastic ingredient tonight. This is Napa Valley Vinegar Company's Chardonnay peach vinegar. Now this stuff, if you haven't seen my review on it, make sure you check it out. It's very versatile, it's super delicious. It actually has peach puree in it, and it's nice and sweet. Adding this to your caramel is going to just give that beautiful peach surprise in a caramel that you otherwise wouldn't expect it to be in. Fantastic stuff. So here we go. We're starting with a medium saucepan. I'm using a deep one so that when I'm ready to dip my apples, I actually have some depth there, okay? All right, I'm only doing 3 apples tonight, but if you want to do 6, go ahead and just double this recipe. So I'm going to add just about 1/8 of a cup of water, okay? Now this vinegar, if you want to find it online, you can check it out at winecountry-kitchens.com, and they have a whole line of these fruit vinegars. They are phenomenal stuff. You can not only use them for desserts and cocktails and salads and dressings and savory things, anything you could think of, you can find a way to add this to. Really, really good. So I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup of my vinegar. Into the pot it goes. I'm adding 1/8 of a cup of light corn syrup. Now spray your measuring cup with nonstick spray beforehand, and it comes out really easily that way. And next I'm going to add 1½ cups of regular sugar. Now I'm going to bring this mixture up to a boil on medium-high heat. I want to stir it until I see that the sugar is completely dissolved. Okay? If you don't completely dissolve your sugar before the caramel is formed, it's going to be a little bit gritty. Not that it's going to be bad, it's just going to be gritty and not quite as smooth. So just keep stirring until you dissolve that sugar. Now I can already start smelling that peach. It smells delicious. And this vinegar is also made with Chardonnay wine. That's why it's a Chardonnay peach vinegar. Oh, this is going to be so good. Okay, so this has already started to try and boil on the sides. And I'm going to let it go for a little bit here. You're going to get yourself some water, just plain water, in a little bowl and a basting brush. If you need to, just wash the sides down with that water into the caramel to make sure that any crystals that have gotten stuck on the sides of the pot go back into the caramel. In the meantime, I'm going to remove my stems of these apples. Now I just have some popsicle sticks, and I'm going to hammer them right into the center where that stem is. This is going to help you not only hold it to coat it, but it's also going to help you eat it, okay? So I'm just putting it right where the stem was, and I'm going to use a mallet just to make my life a little bit easier. Don't go all the way through, but get at least through the center. I'm going to let them finish drying here. Now I don't want you to stir it now that it's already dissolved and it started boiling, but you can swirl the pan just to make sure that everything is evenly cooking, because things on the outside or the inside might tend to get more cooked depending upon where the hot spots are in your pan or for your stove. So I'm just going to do that, and then make sure that you use that water to get the sugar crystals down if you need to. So I'm looking for a temperature of 245 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is about 115, 16, we're nearly there. You want it to be, it's going to be an amber color, and you're going to take it off. You're going to add a couple more things, okay? So don't let it burn. Don't go too far. I'm nearly there. Okay, my mixture is at 245. Now, I'm going to take this handy thermometer out. They're very, very handy to have, let's just say. Okay, now be careful because this might splatter on you. This is like molten lava. Don't even come close to touching it with your skin, okay? So I'm gonna add 1/4 of a cup of heaviest cream. I'm gonna stir that through. It's bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, it's crazy. Okay, now it's coming down. It's calming down a little bit. Gorgeous. I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. It's going to make it nice and shiny and delicious too. A pinch of salt. A little bit more than that. Stir that butter through. And I'm going to add just a little bit of vanilla, maybe like a quarter of a teaspoon. That's it. I want the peach flavor to be what really stands out. That butter's nearly melted in there. It's a nice, beautiful, shiny, glossy color. And you want to make sure that it's going to coat the back of a spoon, which it is doing a very good job of right here. So I'm going to put it back on my stovetop. And I'm going to whisk it a little bit just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And you want it to thicken enough so that it coats the back of a spoon really easily. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of parchment on my jelly roll pan because I only have 3 of these guys. And I'm going to start dipping them in the caramel because it's coating a spoon nicely. I'll show it to you in fact. So if you just run your spoon through, you're going to see that it coats it really, really well, okay? So I'm actually going to dip these guys in a couple times to make sure that it's a nice thick caramel layer. I don't think that just one dip is going to do it. So you're going to take your apple and you're going to tilt your caramel to the side and you're just going to roll the apple in that caramel. Oh, these look awesome. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Come on now. I'm just going to let the excess drip off. It'll harden up a little bit here. That looks lovely. And rinse and repeat with the other ones. This is actually a pretty simple recipe once you get everything out and going. So I'm just trying to spin them a little bit so that caramel can kind of cool and stay on there. I'm going to do one more pass with this one. They look like glass. They're so shiny. Look at that. Oh man, look at how beautiful. Whenever I'm at a carnival or somewhere where they have these caramel apples, I always have to get one. And that's how you make beautiful caramel apples. Now you can substitute that vinegar for any kind of fruity vinegar that you like or prefer. You could even add the vinegar in, you know, near the end instead of letting it just roll like this. This is a little bit dark. But boy, does that look fantastic. It just is so shiny, I just can't get over how pretty. Look at that. Oh, it's that butter we added. Okay, now I'm gonna let these guys just cool and relax. They needed to let all that caramel just cool on them and become sort of a shell, and that's it. Now look at that. Oh, you can't beat that for the Fall King. Okay, these guys have cooled, and I'm gonna try one of these ooey gooey delicious surprises for you. They look absolutely awesome. Look at that caramel. Oh. What's better than apples and caramel? Not a heck of a lot. This apple is a beautiful, beautiful specimen with all this caramel, this glossy, shiny stuff. Ready? Mmm. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. Mm-hmm. Look at that. The caramel is nice and creamy and gooey. It's peachy. The apple is nice and crisp. It's a beautiful apple. Oh, that's so good. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. It takes you back to being a kid. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's a great caramel apple. tart sweetness of the apple is so nice with that sweet, sweet caramel. Oh man. Fantastic. Now you can use any kind of apple you desire. I suggest to use something that's sweet and firm and crunchy. Just be sure to stick those popsicle sticks in nice and far. Use a mallet. It's so easy to do that way. Now I could have chose any one of the vinegars from this line of vinegars for this caramel, and they would have been beautiful and really tasty. I did a raspberry caramel corn balls. Make sure you check out that recipe for Halloween and this season. And you can check them out online at winecountrykitchens.com. You want to make some of these. Let the kids help you. So good. So that's how you do it, folks. That's how you make Chardonnay peach caramel apples. They're so easy. I hope that you'll try them out this season too, okay? Follow me on Twitter at CookingWithKimE with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me syndicated on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.